What up? What up? What up? You already know what it is. You've just entered the war zone. Yes, you've just entered the war zone. We're going to chop right on into this. We are going to talk about what is going on with Diddy. Okay? We are going to chat about what is going on with Diddy. Because there is a CEO that works in the same facility as Diddy, and he has been reporting on Diddy. Okay, he has been reporting on Diddy. So we have the actual transcript from that CO giving an in-depth look on what's going on with the life of Diddy inside of the federal penitentiary, which is located, ironically, in Brooklyn. Right? Amazing. Could you imagine that? I mean, they are alleging that Diddy took out the notorious B.I.G. And when I say they, there's some quiet rumblings coming out about that on some pretty legitimate high level platforms that are starting this discussion. And for Diddy to be in jail, not only in jail, he could have been in any other jail in the world. He was in Miami, for goodness sake. This guy has been confined to the MDC Federal Penitentiary System located in Brooklyn, New York. Would you could you could you make this stuff up? I mean, I don't think you can script this better for a movie. You mean to tell me the guy that basically helped put Brooklyn on the map, you pick up Biggie. Biggie reps Brooklyn to the fullest. BK to the fullest, get to pull it. And you are locked up there for God knows how long? Yo, it's just wow. That's tragic. Tragic. Make sure y'all smack that like button coming on up in here. Make sure you slap that like button. Slap that like button. Now let's tap into this because this is crazy. I mean, Diddy, this is crazy. I don't. If you've never been in jail, I want you to listen to this right here. What I'm about to play, because just try to put yourself in jail right now. And it's a good way of doing it. Just put your mind there. You don't physically have to be there, and you don't want to be there physically, trust me. But put your mind there for a second. Check this out.
To be by your side. For Diddy, this became evident over time. When he arrived, many of us imagined that the line of visitors would be endless. Friends, family, maybe even fans. But, contrary to what everyone expected, almost no one showed up. In the first week he had one or two visitors. It looked like he still had some support outside, but they soon stopped. I remember seeing his name on the list of visitors for the day, waiting for someone who never arrived. He sat in the corner of the living room, fiddling with his hands, looking at the door, but often left before the time was up. It was as if every time no one showed up, it was another open wound. Diddy didn't get many letters either. Here, letters are one of the most important ways of keeping in touch with the outside world, but his box was almost always empty. On one of the rounds,
Can you imagine Can you imagine a so-called mogul like Diddy gets his whole world turned, flipped, smacked dead on its face, and he is just, I mean, he's in a state of shock. From what I am gathering, as far as the information that is coming out of that jail, Diddy is about to crack if he didn't already. Do you people not know that that is not his final destination where he is at located currently in the MDC Federal Corrections Facility? That is merely a holding facility. He will only be there for the duration of his trial, for however long that takes. And since he is a so called mogul billionaire, his trial has been expedited, which means normally, if he was a commoner citizen, he normally, it would normally take him to get to trial probably a year to 3 years. He would be sitting there, okay? But being that he is a so called mogul billionaire, he has got his trial expedited, and his trial is coming up in the early stages of this year, okay? And I want to say it's March, I want to say. And therefore, he will be transferred to another facility if convicted, another facility far, far, far away from New York City, from the place that he used to call home. Now, let's dive further into this.
I noticed that he kept some letters folded under his pillow, as if those few words were the only connection he still had with his old life. In the cafeteria and in the courtyard, you could see that he was beginning to internalize this abandonment. He avoided talking to other prisoners even when someone tried to start a conversation. A colleague told me that he heard him say to another detainee, "Out there they forget you. Everyone forgets." It was a simple sentence.
He said that an inmate pulled up on Diddy, and a guard must have been listening, but a CO pulled an inmate pulled up on Diddy and said, "In here, they'll forget about you." And that's how it is when you're in there. When you're in jail, a lot of times it's like what you do in the world truly transfers and comes out and manifests itself in jail with particular inmates, because whatever you do in the world, you will truly, truly see who is really for you, who really loves you, and who really despises you. All right. This is what life is truly about. And it's about recognizing who is really, truly on your side and who is truly not on your side. And in Diddy's case, Diddy has been getting after so many people, allegedly. But I mean, how many celebrities are out there that we know? We don't hear this type of banter. We don't hear this type of derogatory language targeting a certain person if he or she passes away, or if he or she gets into some type of conflict with the law. We don't normally hear this type of negative traffic. Okay. This is alarming. This is alarming. You're talking about a guy who was at the height of the hip hop community, a gatekeeper, a person that you would have to meet if you want to attain, ascend to a higher level in hip hop and fashion. You had to get through Puff. Whether that was you doing it through the you were going to meet Puff at some point. Whether you did business with him or not, you were going to meet him. And this guy was doing the most, allegedly, because he has not been convicted of this yet. But Diddy is sitting in his cell right now. Listen, when you're in jail, you when you are in jail, you cannot move. You can't go nowhere. He's not going to be able to do the things that he could do in a blink of an eye. If he wanted to go to Paris tomorrow, all he'd have to do is make a phone call and his jet will be ready. His own private jet at that. Can go anywhere he'd like. Had the money to fuel the jet, everything. Had the money to fuel the jet, get off the jet, purchase what he'd like, go into the mall, buy out the malls if he'd like, get back on the jet, go to another country, purchase a few items, pick up a few ladies, throw them on a jet with him, go back to Miami where he's staying or LA. You can't make this stuff up. One of the greatest life forms on the planet that you can have. And this guy wanted to be evil and embrace the evil nature of the malicious spirit. He wanted to embrace that, embody that, allegedly. But now he can't go nowhere without asking somebody. He can't go nowhere and just pick up and go get food. You can't do that in jail. That don't work like that. He is literally just like everybody else in jail. He's probably in there with people with more money than him. No, this is not a probably. He is in there with people with more money than him. These are facts. Now, as far as you knowing about them, you probably won't know about them because if you are a mogul in the hip hop community, you are pretty well known. Okay? Hip hop is the number one genre in the world. Must I say that again? In the world. You will be well known. Point blank, period. Whether you do good or bad, you will be known. You can't go nowhere in that jail. Diddy is sitting in that cell and can't do nothing. They are saying that Diddy is sitting there on his bed with his elbows on his knees, with his hands holding up his head, with his eyes sunk into his hands. They saying that Diddy cries every night. These are confirmed sources from the CEOs within the MDC facility. This is unbelievable and amazing, horrific when you think about it. Unbelievable. Leave a comment. Do you have any remorse for Diddy, knowing some of the things that has been put out there about him? If this was the case that he has actually done these alleged actions, do you have any remorse for Diddy? Throw that in the comment section. Throw it in the comment section. Do you have any remorse for Diddy? Because I want to hear from you also. Do you have any remorse for Diddy? Check this out.
Circles inside the cell, stopping every now and then to look out the small window, as if he were trying to find a way out that didn't exist. This anxiety showed even in the most routine moments. He seemed suspicious, looking at the guards and other prisoners as if he expected something terrible to happen at any moment. One of the most memorable moments was when he asked to speak to the prison chaplain. I don't know what he said exactly, but I heard he was on the verge of tears, saying he couldn't handle the weight of what was coming. It was as if he was trying to seek some kind of redemption, some spiritual comfort for what he knew was inevitable. The other day, while on patrol, I noticed he had a pile of papers on his bed. They were notes, perhaps some kind of letter, or even a speech he was preparing for the court. He kept rereading the papers, crumpling some, throwing them away, rewriting others. You could see.
Diddy is going through it, y'all. Diddy is going through it. This is a man that is probably on the verge of taking his own self out. You know, have you ever been around people who cannot control their emotions? If you ever been in that jail, if you ever been in that penitentiary system, you become very adept to these type of emotions that come from people. You start to realize that if you are not truly strong inside and disciplined, ready to face whatever challenge that comes your way, you will fold like a piece of paper in the hand of a grown man that is upset and wants to just crumple it up. You will fold as quick as that grown man closes his hand with that paper in his hand. You will fold if you are not upright inside. And this truly comes out when you're in jail. You understand who you are. You learn who you are. Others learn who you are. Diddy right now is finding out who he is. What happened was Diddy bought into the image that was built up for him. Actually, his publicist, ex assistant, was talking on the Nancy Grace show, and he was explaining that before he actually blew up, he was telling people that he was a he was tired of people clowning him, and he didn't want to be a simp. He was saying he didn't want to be a player hater. He felt like he wasn't a shot caller, and he was a very insecure guy. He was a shy, timid guy. And when you do your research, listen to Dame Dash talk about Puff. He was saying Diddy he was like we didn't really deal with those dudes. He said we looked at the bad boy dudes like they was like clowns and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was like they looked at them like they were like, R&B dudes, like, so that was the feeling within the hip hop industry, not in the worlds of the fans, okay? But in the hip hop industry, just like the inner workings of any system, when you go into McDonald's, you only see what they are putting out as far as when you only see what the employees are putting out as far as image, as far as, hey, how you doing? They'll give you a laugh and a smile, but you don't know behind the scenes that person probably is going through it with their manager. He or she has probably gotten written up. You just have no idea what's going on. And this was what was going on in hip hop. People were not messing with Diddy until they hit on something, and it seems like Diddy and the LGBT community started to plot, and they plotted their way into a point where now America is saying no, enough is enough. America is saying enough. America is saying enough is enough. We talking about white people. We talking about black people. We because it's. But listen here, blacks. This is our country. Not only did we build this country, we were here before the building of everything. We were here before Columbus. Then Columbus comes, whatever. Now we're here both on this land. So it's black, white here. And once black, white say enough's enough, your ass is grass and we are the lawnmowers. Believe that. Believe that. And we're going to show this right now. Once you took our kindness for weakness, because we are a country of laws in which we allow other people from all walks of life to come through and get a chance to set a life for themselves and their children and for their futures. But once you come in here and take our kindness for weakness, we all have a problem with that. All of us FBAs, all of the white Americans that's from here have a problem with that. So yes, Diddy, we all have a problem with you latching on to a entity that is not made within the culture of the FBA. That's not FBA culture. And you used a device to bring down a strong iron fist on the black FBA community, Mr. Diddy. This is what you did. This is what you did, Diddy. This is what you did. You used a foreign device on the people in which you are a part of, on the people in which you look like, on the people in which you were born around. You did that, Diddy. You didn't have to do that. You didn't even have to do that. This is the thing. You didn't even have to do that. Like to that degree, Diddy, to that level, you did not have to do that. Taking people out. Now you are in the case of Tupac right now, Diddy. Mentioned 47 times in the trial on Keefe D. You were mentioned 40, you are mentioned in the paperwork 47 times, Diddy, for the murder of Tupac Shakur. What's up with that? We are also hearing rumblings that you possibly had your hand in taking out the notorious B.I.G. What's up with that? It's very hard to get placed into these type of rumors. Okay, these are rumors that are, maybe you'll get placed in one rumor that's just absurd. But geez, how are all of the rumors adding up to be in within the same category with multiple people in the same category? With people not even having connections to one another. How is that? How is that? That's not possible. And I am not going to be tricked by nobody on the planet to believe that that is when it's not. It's just not. Let's check this out.
That he was trying to control something, but the truth was that the control was no longer in his hands. The trial was just days away, and the anxiety seemed to consume him completely. Every step he took felt heavier, every look emptier. He was clearly on the verge of breaking down, and to be honest, I didn't know how he still managed to keep going. Today, Diddy is a completely different man than the one who first entered prison. The man who
What's going on is the CEO is explaining that Diddy is now entering the facility. Well, no, with the days to go to the trial, he is now walking very, very slow. He is he does not have his chest puffed out like when he first came in. They're saying that he is not grooming himself like when he first came in. They're saying his beard is grown wild. They're saying he's not only looking like he's not eating, they're saying he's looking malnutritioned. Okay, they're saying that he is looking like he don't even care about if he's sick or not. They're saying he looks sick, but what the CEOs are saying is the reports that are coming out is that he doesn't even care that he is sick. So this is the thing: when you're in jail, you have to tell one of the CEOs that you are sick. You know, CEOs are not going to look at you and say, "Oh, hell, you look sick. Let me help you. Hey, let me take you to the infirmary." Because that's what they call you going to the hospital in jail. They call it the infirmary. Oh yeah, let me take you to the infirmary. You're looking pretty bad over there. Did you eat your breakfast? Did you get to eat? Did you eat yet? No, no, it don't work like that in there. It don't work like that in there. You would have to damn near be dead, okay, for them to take you to the infirmary. To the infirmary. You know how hard it is? You don't know. I'm telling you. It is extremely hard to get to the infirmary in there. That's why people were bugging out when reports were coming out when Diddy first went in there that they were saying, how is Diddy getting to go back and forth to uh to the infirmary, to the medical room, right? Remember, y'all was hearing those reports that he was going back and forth. Other people, regular people, it does not work like that. I gotta go to the sick. I gotta go to the infirmary. Da-da-da. Sit your ass down and shut up. I don't care if you sick, die. This is how they talk to you in there. Extremely, it's literally like being in slavery in there. It's not like it's literally slavery in there. So I think what happened is they said, okay, instead of slaving these people, we're going to instead of slaving FBA people or with the ball and chain, okay, we will create laws that will be able to lock them up very easily and then put them in the same conditions as slavery. Because that's what that is, y'all, in there. It is horrendous. Not only that, the COs are egging it on in there. The COs are running the damn jails and penitentiaries like gang warfare street battles. Point blank period. CO against CO in there. And their house against your house in there. They catch you. Listen, it is not no little scrum. They are trying to poke holes in you. Big pokers, big ones. Pause. This is what's going on in there. There are reports coming out that when Diddy was in there, and even now that people are saying things that Diddy don't like or don't want to hear. As far I know what they're saying. I know what they're saying. Like the other inmates in there. You little bitch, da da da. You little bitch. Come over here, you little bitch. I'm gonna flip you up, da da da. I'm gonna stomp your face and you flag it, da da da. They're getting, man, they are getting after him in there. And then they're saying that he was crying, and they're saying he was crying visibly. Okay. Remember, and the lights don't go out in there neither. Never. Okay. They're saying he was crying visibly. That is a sign of weakness in there. They want you even, oh my goodness, they want you even more in there. They want you, oh my goodness, you crying? The inmates want you bad. Oh my goodness. You are like steak to them now. And crying, you just put some A1 sauce on it. The crying is the A1 sauce for them. Oh my goodness. I am serious.
That he was trying to control something, but the truth was that the control was no longer in his hands. The trial was just days away, and the anxiety seemed to consume him completely. Every step he took felt heavier, every look emptier. He was clearly on the verge of breaking down, and to be honest, I didn't know how he still managed to keep going. Today, Diddy is a completely different man than the one who first entered prison. The man who once carried an aura of power, self-confidence, and invincibility is now almost unrecognizable. The fall was so brutal that it's not difficult to imagine how he got to this state. In here, He's not a star, he's not a legend, he's just another prisoner facing the weight of the consequences of his actions. Physically, he is irreparably damaged. The weight loss is even more evident now. The face that once graced magazine covers that he was trying to control something, but the truth was that the canvas appears pale and sunken, with high cheekbones and sunken eyes, as if he were carrying the weight of the world within him. The prison uniform, which already looked loose, now looks like a size larger, hanging off his thin, fragile body. Mentally, he is on the verge of a breakdown. He speaks little, and when he does speak, the words are filled with despair. Comments like, "I don't know if I can do it anymore," or "This shouldn't have happened to me," became common.
Listen, man, I done been in there. As soon as I hear it, I can understand those feelings when you don't want to eat, you don't want to talk, you don't want to, you don't even want to be in your body, man. It's like you want to turn into some freaking mutant and like make yourself invisible and put yourself on the other side of the bars or something and then just walk away. Like you just, I mean, all type of scenarios pop up in your head, even on how to escape. Every inmate gets those thoughts. How to escape, just looking for something. Like, oh my goodness, it's like, and then I, it's so hard to imagine to be at a level like that and to just have it abruptly stripped away from you like that. I mean, totally. He can't go nowhere. This is a guy for the better half of 50 years was just can do anything. Oh, think about it. He could do anything he wants, even if he didn't have the money to do what he wanted. All he'd have to do is just call a few of his buddies, and it got done. They could put money together. They can move things around together. It'll get done. Now, nigga, I don't care if you know the president. He can't even help you right now. Well, actually, he can help him, but not this president coming in. Look at that. Biden and Harris turned their back on Diddy. Damn. They could have pardoned Diddy. Do you know that? This dude, Hunter Biden, was smoking Cridat on live, y'all. He was smoking. This guy was smoking Cridat on a video on his laptop. I'm talking about Hunter Biden, President Biden's son. He flew in Hidukas from Russia, flew him in. These are all federal crimes. He did get convicted. He got caught with a gun. He got convicted on that federally. But the president just gave him a pardon so he don't have to go to jail. And now he's going to be out of office in about 3 days. And here in comes President Trump. Now, do you think Trump is going to give Diddy a pardon? Ta! Trump just called LeBron a girl. Did y'all know about that? Trump called LeBron a girl because Trump seen the damn Diddy tapes, fellas. Trump seen the Diddy tapes. Trump called LeBron a girl. And do you think Trump is going to help Diddy? Do you remember the things that Diddy was saying about Trump? Do you remember the vote or die that Diddy was pushing against Trump? You remember that? Do you remember Diddy going against Trump with Hillary Clinton? Remember that? Remember him going up against Trump with Obama, of course. Do you remember that? And Trump cannot really stand Obama. I mean, not like that. It's on a professional level now, but they are cordial now, and I don't believe that they have a bitter hate for one another now. I don't. I truly, truly don't believe that. But Obama is the reason Trump even ran for office. When Obama roasted Trump in 2012 at the presidential gala, annual gala that's given. And the presidents normally crack jokes at this particular gala, and Obama saw fit to crack a joke at Trump with Trump in attendance. And Trump said from that joke, from that point on, he said, I'm running for president. So, hey,
Appears pale and sunken, with high cheekbones and sunken eyes, as if he were carrying the weight of the world within him. The prison uniform, which already looked loose, now looks like a size larger, hanging off his thin, fragile body. Mentally, he is on the verge of a breakdown. He speaks little, and when he does speak, the words are filled with despair. Comments like, "I don't know if I can do it anymore," or "This shouldn't have happened to me," became common. He avoids contact with other prisoners, as if isolation were his only form of defense, but this only seems to deepen his deterioration. The nights continue to be a torment. During my rounds, it is rare to see him sleeping. He spends hours sitting in the corner of the bed, staring at the floor or somewhere on the ceiling. Sometimes he holds photos, perhaps of people he misses.
man, Diddy is going through it, y'all. Through it. Through it. See? See what happens, Diddy, when you go up against the FBA community? This is what happens. This is what happens. And you people who don't understand what I'm saying right now, politically, Diddy know what he was doing behind the scenes. Even though I see videos of Diddy talking about we need to do this for black excellence and we need to do this for the culture, Diddy was holding the culture back. Diddy was not for you people. He was not for you people. Diddy was holding the back the FBAs on all type of levels. And now since Diddy has been removed, watch how the FBA movement get go straight to the top because the FBAs are the cream of the crop. I'm hearing a lot of idiot so-called black freedom fighters like Dr. Umar claiming that reparations are something that we ignorant people shouldn't be going for. But, well, if that's the case, if we are ignorant, would you say that this man is ignorant too?
Problem. At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land, through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, In this campaign, we're coming to get our check. Our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. Now, this is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
We come in to get our check, and we are here to finish the mission. That's what we are going to do. We are going to finish the mission. FBA on the rise. Okay? And all who despise, all who create lies, dies. We are not with any of you people attempting to come into our community and attempt to zap and leech off of us any longer, and then want to turn around and talk crap about us to your families and to your friends. We see it when we look at you people. I'm so glad this is all coming to a head now, because now when I see you people, I'm not no longer putting on the face of you're my friend, you're my brother, because I did at one point think it was like that. I didn't. Now, as far as the Puerto Ricans and Dominicans, I knew that they were enemy because I've been in jail. If you have not been in jail, you won't notice. You really won't notice. But as far as all of the other ethnicities coming into our land, the Africans, the Indians, everybody, Europeans, but I'm going to, for right now, we know about the Europeans, but I'm talking about the people that actually coming into the lands looking like us. Now we know where they stand. Now we know where they stand. And they do not stand with us. They do not stand with foundational Black America. And for Dr. Umar and other rejects to come after us for going for our check, come after Dr. King for going after our check, is preposterous. I don't understand why we are even looking at these people any longer, giving these people light, giving these people content. We are not going to be viewing these type of creators of content. We are not with the funding games no longer, with the playing of Hollywood. Either you're going to come and do what you said you're going to do, or you're going to get the freak out of here, whether you look like us or not. This is the type of time we on. This is the new FBA family. This is not our great, 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 great grands. They taught us how to be and how we must be against y'all. And they did what they had to do in that time, and now it's our turn. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about these checks that we are supposed to be getting, that Dr. King was going for, that Malcolm X been pushing for, all of these, that the nation been pushing for, all of our Black entities. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below about that. Let me know what you think about Diddy. Do you have any remorse for Diddy? Do you have any remorse for Diddy? Let me know what you think in the comment section about that. I love you all, except for the ones I don't. Peace.